Making my way through the hood, sipping this yak. Niggas about to get blown with the Mac. Riding around the block with the Glock. Yo ass fan.
Absolutely.
That was good, though. I've actually never heard that. Never heard that before.
And now you have.
I'm glad you showed me that. That's one of my favorite remixes now. It's called Making My Way Downtown?
Making my way through the hood,
Okay.
sipping this yak.
Okay, that's the name of it. Okay, Making My Way Through the Hood, Sipping This Yak. That is amazing. That's the theme song of this podcast.
100%.
Yeah. This podcast that has no name
That's right.
as of right now.
Also, nobody listening to it.
Yeah, so the name doesn't matter.
That's
right.
That's right. It won't matter.
Good. So I guess we'll rock with no name for now, and then by the time we put this out, we'll have a name for it. Because I have to create some sort of artwork.
Yeah. So we'll
have a name out.
Just not yet.
Nah, it's alright. The PBRs are going down smooth though.
They are. That's right.
Yeah. I don't know why people talk shit about PBR.
I don't know. It's a good beer.
A lot of people talk shit about PBR.
Oh yeah.
My dad laughs every time I tell him I'm drinking PBR.
Oh yeah. Mine do too. My parents do too.
It's not. It is like cheap in price, but I think it's a decent beer.
Tastes like fried chicken.
I've
the
heard
best way possible.
I've heard that. I don't see that or taste that, but I have heard people say that. Why do people say that?
Because that's what it tastes like.
You think so?
A little bit. It's the fried chicken of beers.
Okay, but the fried chicken of beers. What else is there to compare it to?
Yes, it's not the fried chicken of beers. It just tastes like fried chicken. To me.
I've heard that. I've heard other people say that too, so that's why it's just funny. Cause let me try it.
Yeah, and try to picture fried chicken. Yeah, let's get it.
I wish that tasted like fried chicken.
Okay, when you drink the Budweiser after, maybe then you'll be able to tell.
I'll be able to tell that the PBR
Tastes
was
like
fried chicken.
Save a little bit at the end.
Okay.
For the PBR. Well, don't do that because that's.
Yeah, I'll just save a PBR.
No, there's none left.
Well, I have two
yeah,
right here.
Yeah, that's right.
I got them stashed off to the side.
That's right.
That's the way we do it. So, should we talk about what's going on with my football team first?
We can do that.
Because it's kind of concerning. I'm not sure what direction Pittsburgh's headed.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
We have had such a good run. Just for reference, AJ is a Browns fan. But we have had such a good run, like a historic run, that it was bound to happen. The things might. It hasn't happened yet because we were 9-7 this year, so it wasn't terrible. But I feel like things are about to get a lot worse. Players don't want to play there. But there's like a stark difference between the players who do want to play there and then like Le'Veon and Antonio who are actively speaking out against the organization and stuff. Like Juju seems super committed.
Yep, I agree with that.
Like, obviously James Conner's new, but like all of our linemen, like Pouncey, everybody seems to be committed.
Oh, I agree.
And they're like 100% in. But then the people who aren't, like, really aren't.
Yeah, but how many people aren't?
I can only think of two.
Okay, so get rid of them.
I can only. Martavis wasn't happy either, and we got rid of him too. But does he deserve to even?
No. He shouldn't have an opinion on that.
Yeah,
he shouldn't be allowed to have an opinion.
He was good though. He was a good number two.
I get that, but
he hasn't done anything else since leaving Pittsburgh.
And he's not. I don't know. I feel like he won't be in the league that much longer. Like he'll just fade out. He'll fizzle out. Whereas
does he still play for Oakland?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Didn't he get in trouble again?
Yeah. Like I feel like he'll. Yeah.
I'm almost positive he got in trouble.
I'm sure
again.
he did.
Look that up. Let's see. But I don't know. Maybe it's just Antonio and Le'Veon who they might be the problem. I don't know, but I like Tomlin. I've always liked Tomlin.
Well, yeah, you got to.
But I don't have to.
No?
I've had coaches. You hated Hugh Jackson.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
You don't have to like your head coach.
Yeah, but
I mean, that was pretty
They're not
disrespectful of Mike Tomlin to compare him to Hugh Jackson, but that was just for reference.
They're not even in the same realm, though.
Yeah, but I don't have to like Mike Tomlin.
I feel like you do. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I didn't have... Before that, I didn't have... I liked him before that.
I know, but it just solidified. Then you don't have a choice after that. Like, you have to like the head coach.
So you don't think you have to like the head coach if they win a Super Bowl?
Well, I just feel like...
So if,
okay, so you
if
don't
Pete
have to
Carroll
like him.
came to Cleveland and won a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
you'd like Pete Carroll?
Yeah. I would. I don't know if I would like him, but
See,
I would.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
What about if Hugh Jackson came back and won it?
I would not be happy for him.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say right there.
Okay, I'm on board.
Yeah, you don't have to like your head coach. Even if Hugh Jackson came back. What if he comes back as a coordinator after you guys like have some success?
No.
And then you guys tank because he like just ruins it.
Don't put that on me like that.
Yeah, I know. So what is it that's going on in Pittsburgh? It's not. I mean, they've always been able to work out deals with big time players.
Do you think that? I think they'll be good again this year.
Playoffs?
Wild card, possibly.
See, but even that is like wild card. Possibly is like we used to. It was like we want to go to the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah, but if they're one of those teams though, that if they get in,
they do well. They're a playoff team.
They're gonna win 3 games. Yeah, at least.
Heinz Field is insane in the playoffs. It's insane. I literally wish I could say the same about First Energy.
Yeah.
But there's never a playoff game there.
But there will be.
I'm excited for you guys because and my dad because like I mean.
Yeah.
Man, imagine never having I mean, you don't have to imagine it, but like never having a playoff game.
Oh yeah.
Like, so how long before there's a playoff game in Cleveland? So that means you'd have to clinch.
Right. 3 years?
That's not a hot take. 3 years.
No, it's not that hot of a take.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's a reasonable take.
I think you're probably right. I think it's an accurate take.
Maybe a little sooner than that. I could see
them getting wild card this coming year and like making a little bit of noise, and they might not even win. They might not even win the game, but play really well.
Yeah.
And then something really fucked up will happen, like some fluke play that they lose on, and then they don't go further, and then they like win the division the next year. I could see that happening. Because Baker responds to shit like that.
Yeah, but history tells you they are... Listen, hear this one out.
Let's hear it.
History tells you they are 8-7 going into week 17 and need a win to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Antonio Callaway drops a wide open pass in the end zone to win.
Yeah.
And then they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what history tells you.
I mean, shoulda, woulda, coulda on a lot of games this year.
Yeah. They were a playoff team. They were a playoff team. Yeah, first Steelers game.
You had us beat.
No kicker.
You had us beat.
No kicker and a backup quarterback.
No kicker on either team.
On either team. No kicker on either team. That's true. So that was
on either team. There was no need for kickers in the NFL this entire year.
Might as well just gone for it on fourth down every time.
Absolutely a disgrace. The kickers this year.
I've always said that if you did nothing, but kick for like a year and a half, and I'm talking every day. You went to the gym.
I'm talking 5 days a week. I'm talking you can 5 days a week.
Dude, I'm telling you, every day.
No.
How 6 months?
It would take me
every day.
3 months, 5 days a week. And I am consistently hitting from 40.
Right.
That's realistic. My dad used to try to get me to kick so bad. He wanted me to kick so bad. He was like, be the punter, kick. I'm like, no.
Yeah, why?
No.
Why?
I'll be a skill position and then punt or kick if they need me to.
Yeah, but I'm not just gonna straight up.
I'm not just gonna be the punter or the kicker. And then turns out like you can get a scholarship for kicking or punting if you literally made one field goal. Make one field goal, and you'll get a scholarship. They're like, holy shit, he hit a 36-yard field goal. Like, we could turn this into 40. Like, college teams can't even really kick.
Oh, yeah.
Although the one, I think maybe I've been to two, but I only one game that I stayed to the end, Bowling Green games. And it was my freshman year. My mom was here. It was family weekend.
Yep.
And she wanted to go to the game, so we went to the game. And we were... I mean, it's not hard to get good seats there. Yeah, like it's pretty open, so we were in like the third, fourth row or whatever, and we just happened to be like right by the student section, and and people ended up coming. It was pretty lit.
Yeah.
The only reason Bowling Green won is because their kicker made 6 field goals. He made 6 field goals.
Good for him.
Immediately, I'm like, oh yeah, he's going to the league.
Yeah.
He made 6 field goals in a game in college. He'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
Have I followed up on that? No.
Yeah, right.
No. But I believe in my heart that he did. I don't know his name. Not going to do the research.
No.
Promise you I'm not going to do the research.
That is one that's not worth it.
If I have enough time to look up punter in Bowling Green in 2015's name and then look up what the fuck he's doing now, then I need to really, like, rethink my life schedule.
That's right.
Because you don't need to spend your time on that.
No chance.
No. But he was a beast. Shout out to him because he's in the league right now. I believe it. It doesn't have to be true. If you believe it, you can believe something and it completely not be true. Just believe hard enough.
That's true. Wow. That's deep. Just believe hard enough.
Just believe hard enough.
Wow. That's the slogan. Just believe hard enough.
That is like most pompous. Just believe hard enough and it'll work, okay? That's it.
That's all you have to do.
Just believe. Okay.
Just believe.
Like, how did you get so successful? It's like, I just believed.
All I did was believe.
So try that. They're like, oh, how about you go
here.
fuck yourself? It's like, no. Just listen to me. All you gotta do is really simple. They're like, okay, alright, I'm listening. It's like, just believe. That's all you gotta do is just believe. They're like, dude, fuck you. You wasted 15 seconds.
No, what you do is you start being a life coach or like going and doing seminars and you just charge people and then you charge people like $300 to get in the door and all it is advertising yourself.
I have experience with that, and I've seen the insides of those, and I think that they are those seminars and stuff very lucrative.
Oh yeah,
very lucrative.
I mean, complete bullshit most of the time.
I don't know. Yeah, you wanna like think off the rip that it's straight bullshit, right? Like that's how I felt. And that I worked at a couple of these. I did videography, and I've done a few. So let me just put that out there. I've done a few. So I'm not speaking about anyone specifically.
Right.
But there's like one of them was actually a really cool experience, and it seemed like people got something out of it. And then the other one seemed kind of thrown together, and it was like,
gotcha.
The guy who ran it. It was kind of just like a promotion for whatever he had going on.
Right.
But the other ones that I've done, they seem pretty legit, actually. And it seemed like people really... I think the thing they got out of it most was, like, meeting the other people there.
Yeah.
And, like, exchanging business ideas and stuff like that with the people who are also there trying to do the same thing.
Right.
So even if, like, the seminar itself is bullshit, I think you get something out of it just by going.
Yeah.
Because you meet people. I mean, connections are big, obviously.
Right.
Like that's.
No, I agree with that whole. Like, I had to go to a couple for work, so 100%. I agree with you 100%. Yeah. Like, no matter what they're teaching, like there was people who do the same thing that I do.
Right.
It was more about making connections. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Some people aren't even.
Which is invaluable. Invaluable.
100%. And especially when it comes to business.
Oh yeah.
And like all the ones that I've been to are like they're business related. Most of those seminars are. and especially about like personal business and like people who have small businesses, stuff like that. So,
yeah.
I think you
Most
can
of the
find.
time
I think you can find value in them,
Right.
even if not all of them like are outwardly helpful.
Yeah.
Because some of the like 90% of the information at some of these it's just bullshit. It's like stuff you already know.
Yeah.
Like they throw out the most common sense bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's like
where they're like, you just have to be seen. It's like, dude, what?
Yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah,
that's your advice? They're like, advice. Hustle harder.
Mm-hmm.
Be seen more than the other guy. And it's like, dude.
It's just all cliches.
At the very minimum, you're right. Yeah, have more exposure. Okay.
But how do
you do that? Some people never explain how. That's the annoying part. I'm all good with like getting direction and advice, but it's like you have to actually show how you can make these things happen. You can't just say do it, you know? That's so annoying.
That's NBA sus boy.
Yeah. Yeah. White boy. NBA white boy. If you guys haven't heard of him yet, go look him up. I'm thinking about becoming his manager. Rumors are he's already signed by the NBA squad. So I'm hoping that's true. He's a voice. Hold on. He's a voice of the streets. That's you can go take a look at some of his posts. They're amazing. I'm pretty sure his name is @38 or some shit like that. NBA white boy. I think it's 38 NBA white boy. Man, I promise you, take the time to find that page. It will be worth every second, because he's the future of the rap game. He could probably finesse about any girl he wants. He's pretty fly.
He's 10 years old.
Yeah, let's throw that out there. Yeah, he's about 10. But more power to him.
Yeah, I mean,
he's from the streets, so that's why he said he's able to say the words that he says.
Right.
He's from the streets. He said, he posted, I'm the man of the house, too.
Yeah, that's right. He did. And he's 10.
But I believe, when he says it, I believe him.
Yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah.
I'm sold. Yeah, you're right. He sells it well.
He convinced me.
He's the one supporting the family.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking about.
100%.
I mean, he's making money off his raps. He's paying the bills.
If he wasn't, he is now.
Right.
And I mean that with no sarcasm.
No. He's famous.
NBA white boy is... He could make money just off of social media. Just keep doing the shit that he's doing. He would blow up probably more than if he tried to actually rap, which he shouldn't do. But he will.
I agree.
He will.
He will. Yeah, he will.
He'll have a song with Bad Baby soon.
They're
gonna make a song. They're gonna work together.
Yeah, they're gonna work together.
Yeah. I think she's probably 18 now. I don't know.
There's no way.
And he's 10. So, but he does seem mature for his age. So
I mean,
so any ladies, he's mature for 10.
He's a 40-year-old.
If you're 14,
man.
If you're a 14-year-old, I'm not sure what demographic would be into, his style, but he's dope. I am a fan. I hope, and I already predicted. I predicted this off the podcast, but I know for a fact within. All right, so it's the 28th. Oh, tomorrow's the 1st. Okay, so within March, he will be either featured in somebody's music video or he will be on a song with somebody popping, even if it's somebody that's not really make music, some Instagram person, they make a song or some shit and they have NBA white boy in it. Something Jake Paul would do too.
Even if it's Bad Baby.
I mean, I feel like their collab would be fire.
Bad Baby was born in 2003. She's 15 years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she seems like she should be 25 at this point.
Yeah, dude, that was like 2 years ago that she was on Factor Dill.
Oh, dude, it's probably longer than that.
No way.
Factor, dude.
Factor Dill. No, there's no way.
2016-17. 2016.
A petition for Dr. Phil to host meme review. That with PewDiePie would be amazing. He just had Elon Musk host meme review.
Yeah, Dr. Phil would be nice.
Yeah, Dr. Phil's next. I would love to see that. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Faulkner? Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And he talked about. Yeah, I talked to you about that. That he was talking about "Catch Me Outside," and he has. I don't believe him. To be honest, I don't believe that he hasn't listened to any of her music because he was like asking Joe. He's like, "I heard she makes music." It's like I feel like maybe you've probably heard it once because you were curious.
Right.
Like, I mean, man, I know he is super fucking rich. He just does rich guy shit all the time.
Yeah, so he probably isn't listening to Bad Baby, but he probably is.
But he probably
Other rich dudes don't, but he does. That's his.
Other rich dudes probably do too.
Yeah, that's true.
That's that like those white dudes who twerk on Twitter. I bet they do, and they're probably loaded.
You talking about?
I don't know their names. I don't know their names.
No, you talking about Cardi B? Those white dudes that twerk.
Yeah. Those makeup white guys who twerk on Twitter.
Right.
Cardi B.
Wait, what did we say? Who did Cardi B look like? Oh yeah,
she looked like those guys. I didn't say it. Somebody on Twitter.
She looked like NBA Sussboy.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
not NBA.
She
white
looks
boy.
like
don't get twisted. Not NBA white boy. He's a god, but
but if there was like a gay dude in the NBA crew, we were talking about this before. If they had like a gay rapper in the crew, and he was NBA Sussboy, he would be one of those dudes twerking on Twitter, 100%. He's not a makeup dude though. He raps and he's super fucking hardcore.
But does I feel like he still does some sort of makeup tutorials on the side.
Nah, he watches them. He doesn't do them. Nah, he watches them. But
does he wear makeup?
It's whatever Sussboy wants to do. Don't worry about it. NBA Sussboy. Listen to the album. It's coming soon. So you'll find out more then. All right, I did have a question. So we talked about this before, but we didn't really get into it. After Zion, does Zion's potential like knee injury, does that change anything?
Not for me.
I don't think it changes anything for me either. But literally, all I've seen on like all sports media now is like people kind of predicting RJ to go number 1, which I said even before Zion got hurt. There was a chance. It's 50-50 on who goes number 1, Zion or RJ. Do you think it's not 50-50?
I think Duke's record's way worse when Zion's not in.
It's a good point, but would their record be way worse when RJ's not in too? If you flip it,
we don't have the data, you know.
Right.
You know.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
so you don't know.
If you flip the situation, it might be the same.
Could be. You're right. Because they probably do need both of them.
But it's like you say a lot worse, but they're still not bad. They're still pretty good.
Who did they lose? They lost to like Virginia Tech though.
Fluke game.
Just the fact that it happened right after Zion got hurt.
You think they're pretenders?
It's a bad look. If Zion plays, they're not. And
he's your all out number 1.
But no, because if RJ doesn't play, they also do not. They're also pretenders. They need both of those guys. So I don't know. I would say I would lean towards Zion still.
If you're the Cavs, who probably won't get the first overall pick now that K-Love is back.
Yeah, but they're losing tonight to the Knicks.
Do you know? Can you pull the score?
Who has the worst record in the NBA?
Knicks at what's Chicago? They're close, right?
Well, they gotta be, right? I don't know.
We'll look up the records after you look up the Cavs score. So the Cavs are losing to the Knicks right now?
Yeah, let me make sure. I probably checked it like 20 minutes ago. They're down by 4 with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
What's the score?
113 to 109.
I cannot believe the Cavs scored 109 points with 3 minutes left.
Yeah, that's a lot for them.
Yeah.
That's an offensive explosion.
Right,
and then they also only are giving up 113, which is also an explosion of defense because usually they give up like 145.
Yeah, right. So all around, they're just on the ball and they're still losing. So look at the standings.
Yeah.
So we can get a better understanding of who might get the first pick. Do you think it changes based on who gets the first pick? On
a little bit, but it's all up to chance because the NBA lottery is rigged, 100%.
Yeah.
The Knicks have the worst. No, the Suns have the worst record right now.
Really?
They are 12-50.
Wow.
The Knicks are 13-48. The Cavs are 14-47.
Okay, so the Cavs, there's still a chance.
Oh yeah, there's still a chance. You need to lose more games, though. That's the problem. They're getting better.
Yeah. And Phoenix got worse.
And
how are they so bad? Didn't they have like
Cavs didn't get that much
second or third overall? They had like the third or fourth pick last year, and they picked Ayton, right? DeAndre Ayton. Is that what they picked?
Dude, I thought they took him first.
Was that first?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
I think it was first.
They had first overall pick,
and they took him.
And they have Devin Booker too.
Be better.
And Booker's good. Booker's really good.
Yeah, I don't know if he's real.
You're not
I think
convinced?
he's a scorer.
Yeah, he's like a James Harden. You don't see James Harden?
I don't know if he can ISO as well. He's a shooter. He's
like
more of a shooter.
Yeah. But you feel like he's like a catch and shoot.
Yeah, but he can ISO a little bit.
I feel like he can ISO.
Yeah, he can. He can ISO. And I guess he can ISO more than a little bit. He can ISO, just not as much as Harden.
He's pretty nasty.
Oh, I agree.
He's pretty nasty.
Like, what is he averaging? Probably
but
24.
Luka is pretty nasty.
Passed on Luka.
This whole podcast should just be about Luka. Yeah. That's how obsessed I am with Luka. Luka Doncic, baby.
Absolutely wild. He puts up LeBron
and there's
rookie-year numbers.
There's something dope about him being European too.
Yeah, we need a young.
He was 19. Guy. He just turned 20.
Right.
Like that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Like you're. Not only are you like, oh yeah, you're in the NBA. No, it's like you are playing extremely well.
You're one of the best.
He's averaging like 22 points or some shit like that.
As a rookie.
Yeah.
And
he set the rookie triple-double record.
6 rebounds, 6 assists at least a game.
Oh no, I mean
probably more than that.
And he plays like hard defense.
Oh yeah.
Like hard defense. Like Dellavedova defense.
Yeah, some Dellavedova defense.
That's the type of defense you want.
Oh yeah. I listened to the road trip in the Cavs podcast, like the Channing Frye one, the other day. He had Delly on there for the first time.
That's exactly who you want on your podcast. Yep. Yeah, I want to get Delly on this podcast. Imagine like we get to a point where we could get somebody like Delly.
One can dream, Jesse.
I know.
But that would be amazing.
That would be awesome. That's like a dream guest, honestly. No bullshit. I think Delly is like a dream guest to have. Just because like such a unique perspective on what it's like to be an NBA champion.
Oh yeah. They talk about that. Because Channing Frye's like, dude, you probably shouldn't have made it in the NBA.
Not only that, you shouldn't have made that big a difference when you were on the court.
That's right. That's what they talk about that too. He's like, you were a major factor in winning a championship. Yes. How do you feel about that?
I feel like his plus minus was probably on the top end of the team.
Yeah.
Like, you noticed shit was different when he got in.
Yeah.
He was playing full 120%.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And that's
one of my favorite Cavaliers of all time.
Wow.
One of my favorite Cavaliers of all time.
It's big.
Top 5 Cav for me.
Really?
He's a top 5 Cav for me. Just that season was so special.
Right.
So special.
Well, he really popped off in the year they lost it.
Oh yeah.
That was the first year, right? Yeah. So it was 15 when Kyrie and Kevin Love were down,
and he just proved that he can play at that level.
Yeah.
I mean, just locking down Steph.
Stephanie Curry.
Oh my God. How do we feel about just the 3-point league? Is it entertaining?
Yeah, but all you have to do is shoot now and you're good.
I know. It's like we can do that.
Yeah, shooting's easy.
Yeah.
It's everything else.
Not to that extent, but it's not that hard. That's another thing where I feel like you could learn to shoot.
Yeah, you don't have to be athletic.
I know people in high school who literally, like, they don't really miss. Like, they can hit shots.
Yeah.
But I guess that didn't used to be enough, but now it, like, kind of is.
If you can score, dude, if you can make your own shot, like, if you can create your own shot, you are so valuable.
What do you think is, like a stat line where you're like, okay, I'm in high school, like a stat line in basketball, where you're like, okay, I'm going to get a scholarship? It doesn't even have to be D1, but what you're at a D1 high school.
Okay, D1 high school.
D1 high school. Competitive basketball.
Division 2 offer, is that what you're saying?
At least. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be like a top tier D1, could be a low tier D1, but it's like you know that like you're going to get at least a little bit of looks. Like what's like the minimum for that?
15 to 17 points again.
And that's it? You don't need like
Nope. To get a D2?
You don't need anything else? Like rebounds, nothing?
So probably like 5 and 5. 5 and 3.
If you average 17, 5 and 5 as a senior, you think you're going to get
a D2 scholarship at least.
Yeah.
At least.
I don't know, because I didn't play high school basketball, so I don't know what the recruiting was like as far as that goes. But there was guys at my school who like...
I feel like that's accurate. I feel like what I've said is accurate. Just because I know dudes who went and played D2 basketball from the team that I played on, and I know how many points they average.
Yeah. No, that's why I asked you. But I guess that basically answers my own question, is the reason why the people who I know didn't play college basketball at any level is because of their grades.
Yeah, I mean, that matters.
It matters a lot.
Yeah.
I know this kid, and he had a scholarship to go play football at a good D1 school, good SEC school, and he got a full ride. Never once was in a practice there. Never ended playing anywhere else. Didn't take one college class, and he's still backing up.
Yep.
Big scholarship. Recruited pretty heavily.
Makes sense.
And it's probably mainly grades. I know that was like the main issue at first.
So is it his fault?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you to really get into it, then it would be like, no, it's probably the school's fault or the city's fault because there's bad education.
Yeah.
Because the teachers are underpaid and understaffed and shit like that. I mean, that's like the real answer, but it's also his fault too because he didn't try.
Give a fuck.
Yeah. But I didn't really try in high school either, and it's not that hard to succeed.
I agree with that.
You can, newsflash, you can not really try in high school, and you can still succeed. And you can kind of do the same thing in college. This is my 5th year, so who am I to say? But the fact that it's optional whether you go to class is extremely dangerous. That gets a lot of people caught up. I know a lot of people who I was friends with my freshman year, and they no longer go here. They don't go anywhere else either. And it was like mainly the fact that they didn't have to go to class. Like I had a few buddies who were on my dorm floor, and they all dropped out. Like 5 or 6. I feel like that's a lot for like a dorm floor. Like just that wing too. Think about we lived in the same dorm floor a year after one another. Well, I was after you.
I would say 5 or 6.
Dropped?
Yep.
Straight dropped out?
After freshman year.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Same. Did you guys always have the police hassling you guys on your floor?
100% of the time.
Dude,
Every day.
I feel like, so we go to BG, or we used to go to BG. I'm almost done. And I feel like the police here, the only dorm they ever go to, or used to, was Harshman before it got knocked down.
Yeah, so I wonder where they hang out now. It was kind of like being a trailer kid.
Yeah,
like
I was at my elementary school.
That's right.
My second grade class was in a trailer.
I'm sorry if that's a...
No, that's okay. It needs to be put out there. That when I was in second grade, my classroom was in fact a trailer outside of the school, and everybody at the school called us trailer kids. And to make matters worse, I was in the worst of the two trailers outside, so we were the bottom of the barrel for trailer kids.
You were getting shat on.
Yeah,
by the
and it was like, kids. You know how like there's like the old, back in the day, people used to like talk shit about people who lived in trailer parks, but it was like I didn't have control. This is how fucked up it is, because just like kids who actually live in a trailer park don't have control and they get bullied, I didn't have control about being in that classroom, and I was treated like I lived in a trailer park, and it was like I felt their pain. I'm like, dude, that's why I don't think that's funny anymore, because I was like, dude, I was a trailer kid. I felt like I lived in there.
No, and I respect your background, where you had to
where
go,
I came from.
Where you came from.
They made like people went out of their way to make it feel like they're like you are from that trailer.
Yeah.
You're a trailer kid.
In that trailer.
You can come in for lunch, but guess what? You go back to your trailer, and we go back to our classroom. How's the hot ass trailer? Hot. It's really hot. Like, always hot.
What a unique childhood experience.
Dude, I wonder if all elementary schools were like this. So when you guys had like recess and shit, what happened if you got in trouble out at recess? Say you like push somebody over, or whatever kids do at recess, you kick somebody in the balls.
You probably have to go inside for the rest of recess.
Okay, see, I remember specifically what we had a specific thing that we had to do, and it was called the wall, and it was like this fucking wall, and it was no shade, and it was right in the sun, and you had to stand against this wall with your like hands behind your back, and you all had to like stand on a line in this wall, and you couldn't talk to the other people on the wall because you're all in trouble and shit, and you had to stay there for like until they tell you can go back.
I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, you guys had a wall too?
I kind of remember that.
Yeah, we had a fucking wall.
We had one too.
And it was like...
And they do it early on, so they try to like suppress that memory. Like,
and then you're like, fuck the wall. Like, now it's back. It's like build the wall. It's like it comes full circle, dude. The wall is full circle. Shit. It's come full circle, and I just came to that realization. Wow.
I'm over here flabbergasted now.
Oh my god, it's always a wall. That's always the issue. Wow, so the wall isn't necessary. You know what? I always reserve opinion. I never put my political opinion out there. But because I was made to stand against the wall in elementary school when I got in trouble at recess, the wall is inhumane. You cannot build a wall. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it because I had to stand against that wall. Metaphorically and literally.
See, I thought you were going to say that wall held you up.
No. My legs held me up.
Your boy, Donald
My legs
Trump
held me up.
holds up the country.
No, my God. No. I already had a political class today. I can't do this again.
No, I don't want to.
I didn't get to mention this earlier. It was right before you got the phone call, so I did want to mention this. So, that's what we were talking about. So we watched a video of Richard Spencer, who's the like alt-right neo-Nazi guy, and he was being interviewed by like The Guardian, which is like an online magazine type thing or whatever. And the guy who was interviewing him was like an English guy. He was black as well, and he was like trying to have like a real conversation with Richard Spencer about like why he feels the way he does, and like, do you really feel that like white is a superior race? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, the facts are there. And he goes, why? He's like, this is what. It was blowing my mind. It was blowing my mind. I'm watching this, and the interviewer guy is like, so, he was like, the apartheid was terrible, slavery was terrible, and it's not funny, but it is funny how fucked up this dude is.
Yeah.
He was like, oh my God, do you really mean to tell me that you don't think black people benefited from slavery? And he was like, are you really? Come on, man. You really think that? And he's like, come on, man. And he like tried to be so confident with it. Everybody in this classroom was like, oh my. You could just hear the air sink out of the classroom. Oh. And there's like 3 other white guys in there. Oh. And then there's like 4 or 5 white girls. And, which is never an issue until you play this, and then it's just super awkward. And then this one girl who she is like, she's very outspoken, and so I knew for a fact. And you know what's funny is after we watch a video like that, the professor's like, does anyone have any comments they want to say about that? And I'm like, no, I have nothing. I'm not gonna. If I raise my hand, I'm like, yeah, I got something to say. And then it's like everybody in here thinks I'm gonna say some fucked up shit. I'm like, no, I think that was the most fucked up video I've ever seen. But even if I say that, that's a microaggression in 2019.
That's right.
So I just sit there, which you know what, sitting there is probably a microaggression too because I didn't speak out against it. Anyways, so this girl, this class is insane. So this girl. She was like, oh yeah, Richard Spencer, I never said it, but Richard Spencer in the video was like, I'm proud to be a white man, which is funny that somebody actually said that. But this girl raises her hand immediately after the lady was like, or the professor was like, do you have any questions or comments? She raised her hand and she was like, it got so awkward after she said this. She was like, I just think it's funny that he's proud to be a white man. Like, nobody should be proud of that. And I'm just... Is this a white girl? Yeah. And I'm just laughing. But I'm not actually... I'm, like, internally laughing like, oh, this is real awkward in here. Real awkward.
Just like you being a white man sitting 20
No,
feet
I'm not
from
proud of being a white man. No, I'm not. That is not there. But it's funny to like actually say that out loud, and then everybody's kind of like, "Well, how's everyone else gonna react to that?" Yeah. And I felt everyone look at the few white guys, and they're like, "What are their reactions?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, you're right." But it's funny that you say that. It's very funny.
Let me go back to just sitting here and being.
Yeah, I don't raise my hand in class, as I shouldn't.
No, there's no reason for that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's more a class about like border relations and shit like that. But it got to that point today, which was super super interesting. I always like when classrooms get tense. It makes me laugh.
It is funny.
It is.
Oh, dude, I don't think I've ever sat through anything like that where a classroom gets tense and not like been unable to control my smile.
Yeah, it's
like just like trying not to geek out, but just being like, why is this happening in this class right now?
And it's like some people will say like, well, it's not funny because you're like talking about race relations, but it's like, first of all, there's a little bit of funny in most things. You can find humor. I believe that you can find humor in almost anything.
Oh, yeah.
And
I would agree with that.
Definitely funny when it's just like you're just sitting in front of someone who just basically says like, you shouldn't be proud to be who you are. Yeah. Which is just, it's not offensive to me because I don't give a fuck at all.
Right.
I'm not offended by that.
Nope.
I think it's funny, but I'm not gonna laugh because then it looks like I think your opinion's funny,
right.
But it is. Yeah, the fact that you say that is funny, and the fact that you had like, I don't want to call it the balls, but it's like, you know, the confidence to just be like, I think it's funny that he would say that, and nobody should ever feel that way. And it's just like, Jesus. Yeah, I find that funny.
I agree.
Good, because it is funny.
It is.
So we got that comedy show coming up. You're not going, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know who the comedian is.
Yeah, he's a roast master.
Is it Dave Attell?
It might be, yep.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, I know Dave Attell. I just didn't... I thought it was... I couldn't remember if it was him or Jeff Ross. I actually knew it was a roast master.
Right.
So is it?
It's not Jeff Ross.
Okay, so it's David Tell.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like David Tell. That's unfortunate you're not going to be there because it's going to be fun.
Yeah. But it'll be all right
because I'll be
timing in Tennessee.
Yeah, but it's just bad timing because it's like
100%. I wish it was like the weekend before.
Right.
After that. Yeah.
We'd have the whole squaw.
Even A. White
down in the bus.
In the bus in my hometown. Not even gonna
in your hometown. Yeah.
Not even gonna be there.
But we are.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have a lit old time.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen Nate in. When's the last time we saw Nate?
I saw him last year.
Where? In Columbus?
No, in BG.
Was I there?
I feel like you, probably were there.
Like where else would I have been?
It was at Bayall.
Bayall last year.
Yeah, last year, 100%. Me and Ty were dating, 100%.
You and Ty have been dating for like 5 years.
2 years, but like a year and 11 months.
It hasn't even been 2 years yet?
No.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I thought it was longer than that.
No, yeah, no, it feels about right to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, not that it feels longer than that. I just thought it was.
Yeah. No,
I thought it was because it just seems like it's. I can never keep track of my time in Bowling Green. It feels like it's
all blur.
A time warp.
It is.
Bowling Green it's a fun place to be for a little while.
Yeah.
And then it's not so fun. It's like extremely repetitive. I feel like most places are like that, but
extremely repetitive. Yeah, I agree. Like I don't have the will to do anything outside of this apartment in Bowling Green anymore.
No.
Really?
No.
Like I'll play. I'll when people are here, I'll do shit.
Yeah. But especially like we have enough to do, like literally here. Like we have plenty of things that we can do that we don't have to leave to go do. Like that's why I like
ultimate.
We have it is like the ultimate dude pad. It's like, there's 3 TVs in the living room. There's like 4 game systems hooked up in the living room.
Yeah, with 4 more on standby.
There's an Xbox One, a PS4, a PS2, and a Wii.
And a Bop It.
All ready to go. Not only that, there's Catchphrase.
There's N64.
Yeah, N64.
Which never gets any use. No love out of the N64. There's a Sega. There's a Sega Genesis.
It's just outrageous.
There's a lot going on.
There had been 4 TVs out here. Like, for a good while, when I had my computer out here.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We were rocking 4 monitors.
We're going quad TVs.
Which was dope.
Which, I feel like there was one day where we watched football on every TV.
Yes, we did do that.
Different games. It was when Chris was here.
Yes.
Because the Ohio State game, the Notre Dame game, and then we had 2 randos.
Yes. Which is like, those are some of my favorite times. Oh. Is when you just have football games roaring on every monitor in your own living room.
Oh, dude, there's nothing better than that because Tyler's not going to let me get away with 3 TVs in the living room.
Nope.
There's no fucking chance.
Nope. That does not look classy enough.
Nope. So when I leave this apartment,
this setup is no longer. Yeah.
And I've had it for 4 years because me and Pat had it.
It's a dope setup for dudes.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Because I don't give a fuck what the living room looks like.
It looks good to me.
Yeah, it looks great.
It looks high tech. It's like these guys know a lot about TVs.
Yeah, that's right.
What are you guys, some fucking Best Buy stuff? What are you working Best Buy?
Yeah, a guy walks in here, it's paradise. A woman walks in here, they're like...
I've had a guy say before, because I was playing Fortnite, I had something playing on your TV, and I got pizza ordered or whatever, and the door was like open. He was like, "Oh, that's a cool setup." I'm like, yeah, it fucking is. That meme where it's like only a guy could live like this, and it's like just a chair in front of a TV screen with like a Xbox or a PS4 or whatever.
And there's nothing else.
What else do you want?
But we went above and beyond even that.
Yeah, way above and beyond.
Because we got fucking, I don't even know, we got posters and shit up.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like
no,
we got artwork up.
That's classy.
We got art. That is artwork right there.
We got the lights. And you guys could see all of this if we reach a certain amount of subscribers that we haven't came up with yet. We haven't determined that amount, but just Start the subscribing train, and then we'll figure it out. We'll see what the rate is. We'll do something reasonable. Something really reasonable.
Yeah, it'll require math and thinking. We don't want to do that right now.
No, I'm not into that. So I'll outsource that.
Right.
I'll find someone else who does math and thinking. Because those are two things that I avoid.
Excel in.
Yeah. Speaking of not thinking, Kyler Murray.
Going to the Giants.
And he's not thinking about his future.
And he's not thinking about playing in the MLB.
Which is, in turn, not thinking about his future. He is not looking out for future Kyler.
I agree. Because he's going to get CTE by 27. So, and I hate to say that, but it's probably.
Is there any chance that he's a top tier quarterback?
Can he be like a Russell Wilson?
They said that his stature and everything is basically the exact same from his combine. It's like Russell Wilson was 5'10.6 and he's 5'10.1 or 0.2. His hands are quarter of an inch smaller. Basically the same size. Is Russell Wilson an anomaly?
He might be. Like him and Drew Brees.
But Drew Brees is one of the best of all time.
Yeah, but he's literally 6 foot tall.
And Kyler's only 5'10".
Yeah.
Barely.
And I wonder, barely.
Barely.
Right? And I wonder if those 2.5 or whatever, 2 inches will make a difference.
That's what she said.
That's so true.
God damn it. I hate that you set me up for that. I hate that.
It does. It makes all the difference.
Those 2 inches make all the difference. Yeah. No. 2 inches can be very important. Especially with a quarterback's height.
Girlfriend. Oh.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. No, what'd you say? Quarterbacks. Yeah,
quarterbacks in the
about
NFL.
the height of quarterbacks. Yeah, and the size of their hands. Yeah. Yes. Okay, see, we're on the same page now.
We're synced back up. Yeah, we're good.
So, he's going a top pick, is what you're projecting?
At first, I thought that Haskins would be the first quarterback off the board.
You don't think Haskins will be the first quarterback off the board?
I think that now that they said that Kyler Murray is 5'10", teams will make it. They'll be like, okay,
I think that's an accurate take. That's an accurate take.
They're gonna be like, oh, he could run.
Oh my God. I'm a hater. Let me just put that out there first. I'm not a Kyler guy. I wasn't sold. I'm still not sold. But I wasn't sold on Russell Wilson either. I really wasn't. And I was wrong about that. I'm not a fucking quarterback guru, and clearly neither is John Gruden. Look at the Raiders. Clearly he's not a quarterback
Derek
guru.
Carr, you're not sold? Not sold on Derek Carr.
Look at the Raiders.
Dude, he cried. John Gruden cried.
If you're a quarterback, here's a little secret. If your quarterback cries, you can't cry. As I'm a big fan of Chris D'Elia, as he would say, "It's a bitch." It's the bitch move. That is the biggest bitch move. You cannot cry. First, the old saying, there's no crying in football, there's no crying in baseball, yada yada. They say it for every fucking sport. It doesn't matter. But seriously, quarterback, NFL, there isn't. You can't cry.
That's what I'm saying.
You cry, and this is the only time you can cry, is if you lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You can cry. You're actually supposed to.
Yeah, if you don't, there's something wrong with you.
I feel, you agree? I feel 100% you should cry.
What if you win the Super Bowl?
Cry. 100%. I fucking cry. This is actually probably kind of embarrassing. I cried when we won our regional championship in baseball.
That was lit.
Because I made the last out, and it was just all the emotions kind of hit me. And my buddies picked me up, and I low key started crying. I'm like, all right, hold on, what the fuck am I doing? I'm kind of crying right now.
No, but
to be fair, the most gangster dude on the team was also crying. So I feel like you're supposed to cry when you win something special.
Big, yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
But I didn't cry, and we weren't really supposed to win that game either. But a couple of years later when we had to win 2 games to win the championship. We did that, and I made the last out in that game as well, which also sounds unrealistic compared to my 2 championships games, but it's just how it worked out. I played in left field, and it was the last out, and I threw to third. And I literally did not feel many emotions besides I was like talking a lot of shit to the fans a lot because I was in left field, so I was right along because they were the home team, so I was right along like their fucking side of the fence.
Yeah.
All the moms were talking mad shit.
Well, that's different. Like if you're triggered at the moment, your emotions are gonna just come out on them.
That's why I feel like if that shit wouldn't have happened, I probably would have cried then too.
Yeah, right.
I probably, or at least like shed a tear. Like when I say cry, it's not like you're like crying. I feel like you should. Falling. I feel like you should cry if you lose a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree.
You tear up a couple tears if you win.
Yeah.
You don't cry.
Now,
like
if you're the
James Conner can cry. As all that will forever be stuck with him. I wish you guys could see AJ's reaction because this is just like a joke between him and I. Is they will never just let James Conner be a football player ever again. Everything will always come back to the fact that he beat cancer, which is fucking amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Beating cancer is awesome.
Amazing.
But let the man live his life.
Let the man be a football player now. He wants to say that so bad, too. He wants to be like, all right, yeah. Can you shut the fuck up now, please? I'm a regular dude playing football.
Well, James Conner on the field today, and he'll be starting for the Steelers. You know, former cancer survivor.
It'll be raining. They'll be like, it's raining out here at Heinz Field, but you know what? It's always a beautiful day for Steelers running back James Conner because he's actually a cancer survivor. It's like, dude, you did not just go from the rain to James Conner's a cancer survivor. Go fuck yourself, Al Michaels.
Stretch of all time.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Why do you think Jason Witten went back to the NFL?
Oh my God, because he could not compete with Tony Romo.
He just wasn't Tony Romo.
He couldn't compete with Tony. Tony is going to go down as literally one of the best commentators in football of all time. I swear. I love Tony Romo.
Yeah, and it kills me because I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, and I actually always hated Tony Romo.
Yeah, when he was playing?
Yeah, I'd be like, Tony Homo.
Yeah, right. But now, he's just so good, and he just plays so much golf.
Which is, we admire that. When I was...
Absolutely, I admire that.
When I was down in Florida for vacation, played golf with my grandpa. I told you about this, but... I mean, and I think he's like 82 or 83 now. And literally has, like... as far as I can see, has barely lost a step in his golf game. Like, this dude can play. This dude can play. It's one of those games where it's like, it really, as long as you can swing the club, it doesn't matter how old you are.
No, yeah.
You don't have to hit it that hard. Say.
You can play your whole life. Yep.
You don't have to hit it that hard because, especially if you're playing against someone who's, like, not as experienced, it's like, you could play passively and still, my grandpa beat me by, like, 5 or 6 strokes.
Yeah. Pretty
handedly.
Right.
And he wasn't really trying. And he doesn't play in the leagues or anything anymore. He used to. But he plays in, like, the horseshoe and, like, shuffleboard shit they have going on down there.
100%. Dude, shuffleboard is amazing. Intense. Oh, my God, it's so fun. Dude, let's go play shuffleboard right now.
All the fucking biddies and you want to talk about a trailer park. This, like, nice-ass, lit-ass retirement trailer park in Florida.
Yep.
All the old retired biddies come up there in the morning to watch their old stallions
play
shuffle the board.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
That is a thing to be seen. And then they go back.
You know what they do?
And they fuck for hours.
Okay. You know what I was going to say?
No.
I was going to say they ate grapefruit. I was going to say they went back and ate grapefruit. But what'd you say?
Yeah, they do that too.
Wait, what'd you say?
Well, I said the same thing.
Oh, you said grapefruit. That's what I thought you said. Yeah. They go back and eat grapefruit.
Yeah.
Have you ever eaten grapefruit? With a spoon?
Oh, I've eaten some grapefruit.
Okay. Okay. Have you eaten real grapefruit?
Out of, like, the grapefruit itself?
Yeah. Like, you take, like, a serrated spoon?
Yep.
Love it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Better in Florida.
Oh, I've never had Florida grapefruit.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny is it's actually annoying when you're in Florida and you're like, oh, I love the grapefruit down here. They're like, actually, it's not from Florida. We get them from Georgia. I get it. So like, okay, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't want to know about
because they're better than the grapefruit we have.
Right.
Fuck you.
And the last thing I want to know is that you're from Florida. And you
Period.
import. Period. Yeah. But also, and you import your grapefruit. And you're from Florida.
Be lazier. Just be
Grow
lazier.
the grapefruit.
Like, honestly.
Be lazier.
Is there anything lazier than being in a tropical state and outsourcing your fruit?
And being from Ohio, I feel like we have the most room to talk about that.
Yeah.
There is nothing lazier than that.
No. Is there...
That would be like a farm in Ohio shipping corn to Nebraska.
You know what's funny?
That's what that would be like.
That's so true. It's so true. When I was in LA and somebody would like ask where I was from, and we'd say Ohio, you know what that sounded like to them? It sounded like we said South Dakota. They were like, what? They're like, Ohio?
Yeah, I've
like,
never heard of that state.
What is there to do there? It's like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But it's also
It's basically South Dakota. But we have Cleveland and Columbus.
Yeah.
But we're basically South Dakota. Yeah. Like, the look on their face is like, oh, that's cool. Ohio, yeah. Okay.
You just gotta be like...
They're like, I'm from the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what do you do there? They're like, everything.
Everything you wish you could do. Ohio boy. Stinky Ohio boy.
But at the end of the day, the whole world is just people making quilts for each other. That's what the whole world is.
Yeah. I get that tatted on me. Every day is just people making quilts for each other.
Yep.
It's, you know what's even funnier is the perspective of Americans from Canadians. Like, they all have their own interesting perceptions of Americans. And it's usually not like based off like the American stereotypes that you would like hear about. It's usually based off like Americans that they know or whatever.
Yeah.
So like the people that we're friends with up at my cottage in Canada, they don't know a lot of other Americans besides us. So, like, they think all Americans are exactly how, like, me and Jordan and Dave are. Like,
their perception of American
is just
through
us.
you guys. Yeah.
And honestly, most of our perception of Canada, or Canadians, is from them.
Right, which that only makes sense.
Right, because besides, like, my family, you know, some of them being Canadian, it's like, those are, like, the other Canadians that I know.
Yeah, those are the only Canadians that you've experienced, so that's the only way you can base.
But I honestly feel like I can confidently say that they represent most Canadians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most Canadians besides, like, Nova Scotians. They're another PBR. Nova Scotians are like, or no, Newfoundland. Newfies is what they call them. Which might be offensive to people from Newfoundland. And if this somehow made it to Newfoundland,
then
I would be happier that
I
I
hope they
offended
get offended
somebody.
by it.
Yeah, I would be honestly happy if I offended a Newfie.
And nothing against those people.
And guess what? I'm still going to say what I was going to say.
Right, yeah,
and my grandpa said Newfies are like super fucking weird. Mm-hmm. And have you ever eaten a lobster's brain?
No. Can't say that
so
I have.
I hadn't either, but
how big is a lobster's brain?
It's like 2 inches by like an inch wide.
Okay. And
it's all mush.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to eat that.
All mush. Dude, it looks awful. Mm-hmm. It looks like brain. Yeah. You literally, and I hope, and you know what? I hope this does get to someone who could fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure you just literally just dip a chip in their head and fucking eat it. And that's what we were doing. And it was pretty good, honestly. It was. It tastes like lobster meat, but it's like a horrifying way to eat it, and it looks fucking disgusting. And my grandpa said, like, Newfies leave no scraps from, like, any part. Like, they eat, like, the asshole of the lobster.
Which, if you really think about
Which
it...
was really the only reason I told you about that.
When you think about that, though, it's kind of hot.
Yeah, I mean, most of the other body parts on the lobster taste pretty good. So why not eat its ass?
The asshole be good. Wasn't there a video of like a hyena eating a dead elephant's ass or something? I'm pretty sure it's a thing. He's like, starts on the asshole. Like that's where he initially started to eat the elephant from, is the asshole. How weird is that?
I think that is hyenas. They don't. It's not just elephants, but they eat your asshole first. And I'm pretty sure
it's like everything. They
yeah,
eat,
yes. No, they
smell it and they're like, oh.
They're like dead zebras and shit. They fucking eat their ass. Yeah. They fucking eat their ass.
That's where they start. Do you think it's because they're like, all right, let's get this part over with because we're going to eat all of them anyway?
We're going to eat all their ass.
Yeah, but they eat everything, though, right?
Yeah, but they start at the ass.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Is it to get it over with? Because they're like, this is the worst part. Let's get this over with. But I'm still going to eat it.
Part.
Yeah, or is it their favorite part? Right. That's what I'm saying.
No idea. Why? I have no idea why they would do that.
Yeah, that's.
But bizarre. I have heard that, and it might not be hyenas.
No, but it's some sort of.
But it might be.
It's some sort of untamed cat or dog. Either a lion, cheetah, tiger.
I think it's a wild cat of some kind.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
So probably a hyena. Yeah, you're probably right. We could probably look it up.
Hyena's a dog, though.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
Hyena's definitely a dog.
Yeah, no, it is. 100%. Yeah. Look it up.
Yeah, we do
look up which animal eats the asshole first. And if it says humans,
well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
They would be wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised. This is the type of stuff that this podcast is about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not just sports. It's also about eating ass, but just to get to the rest of the body.
Oh, there's multiple. Animals.
Good. Hit me with it.
PSA: Animals will kill you by eating animals that
wolves. Wolves do it. I know wolves do it.
The Haber method. There's a name for it.
Do wolves do it?
Animals that.
The Haber method.
The Haber method.
Yo, that should be the name of our podcast. The Haber method.
That dude Haber had to be fucked up to get this shit named after him.
Yeah, he was probably a sick motherfucker. Did you find a list of animals that you do the Haber method?
No. It was just talking about how it like helps with like fertilization of crops somehow.
Eating ass first helps the crops grow, ladies and gents. So keep that in mind.
Birds, vultures, and hawks. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
I don't know why, but that just seems like something a vulture or a hawk would do. The wolf.
I just thought of a video I want to show you. I'll put it up on the screen for the people to see too. So I'll mute the part where we listen to it.
Okay.
And I'll put that up for the people to see.
I have YouTube up.
You have YouTube up?
Yeah.
Search Six Flags audition. It should pop up and say there should be a video that's like Scarefest or something like that audition.
There's Six Flags auditions and there's Six Flags auditions cringe.
Can I see?
Just do auditions?
No. Yeah, let me see. Because it's like the Scarefest or whatever they have. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I do know what you're talking about.
Fright Fest, Six Flags.
There you go.
Fright Fest. Because I was gonna make a video reacting to this actually, because this is like such an interesting video.
And it's just an audition for the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I see one where somebody's reacting to it, but here it is, a bizarre Six Flags Fright Fest audition. Okay, so I'll bring this up on the screen for people to see.
It's gonna seem very weird and very strange, but this is very weird and very strange. We're going to step forward, say your name, and you're going to scream.
They edit that in? Oh my god, this fucking edited. I hate YouTube, by the way. Hold on.
Whoa, already
Like-
though. I can tell that's some weird shit going on.
This is why fuck YouTube, by the way, because you know what, I thought I found the video I wanted and it's some memed up super edited version. It's like I have the real version saved on my desktop because I was gonna do a video reacting to it. This fucking that motherfucker really got me with that. I'm gonna have to cut that part too. It's fucking boop boop. He did the Fortnite sound. Oh,
he did. Yeah, he did the Fortnite. He did the Fortnite. I just got down.
Just got down sound. Dude, I feel like they've completely removed it from YouTube, which is what makes me want to react to it even more. But I have it on my desktop, so I'll show you, and I'll still be able to put it in. So
nice. We'll have to. You'll show me.
I'll show you. Yeah. So we won't get your reaction to it, but I'll put it up. I'll put it up for people to see because it is very good. It's.
Oh, I love that.
Rich. Yeah, we love that sound.
I love that still coming in. Yeah.
Is that coming through the laptop or the phone?
Laptop.
Love that.
I thought I shut that down a minute ago, but I just didn't. It's back.
Do you have an opinion on the Jussie Smollett thing?
No, I'm not gonna go there on any of that.
I don't either. But it is very entertaining.
I'm not 100% positive of all the facts either.
I'm not positive either way.
Well,
You can't tell me it's not interesting.
that's true.
Like, the fact that it's possible for either scenario to be real is pretty mind-blowing.
I mean, how long is he going to jail for?
It's not 100% that he is. He's definitely going to have to fight the case. But they seem confident that they have proof that he didn't set this up. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a setup. But he might not have set it up. Like, who was it? I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was Charlemagne on his podcast who said that it's possible that somebody like Lee Daniels, who is the creator of Empire, I don't remember Charlemagne's reasoning of why, but he said it's possible that it was set up by someone in that camp and not, and this dude might not have had any clue about it. But, you know, going to Subway at 2 a.m., negative 20 degrees in Chicago, that's a little weird.
But it's not something like out of this realm. It could happen. It could happen. Somebody could do that.
It could happen, yeah. It'd be weird for somebody to have bleach on them and have a noose on them and know that you were going to go to Subway at 2 a.m. when it's negative 20 degrees and to have all of that on them at that time and be walking and not have their car close by. But yeah, I guess it could happen. Is it likely? No. But it could. That's what's fucked up, is that if something like this were to happen in the future, then people would be like, oh, it's just a fake shit like Jussie Smollett. Like, he ruined it for people who actually go through shit like that.
And that's why, like, I don't know, there's a lot of, like, conspiracy stuff already.
Yeah.
We haven't even come to a conclusion
There's
of what actually happened.
There's going to be a fucking good-ass Netflix documentary about this. Netflix capitalizes on the most fucked up situations, and we love it.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be like some violent fucking murder, and they'll do this whole series about it, and we will eat up every second of it.
I just got done watching the Ted Bundy files.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
They took something so horrific and made it palatable for everybody.
Give me more serial killers and shit like this.
I saw a tweet.
Hey, Netflix, if you're listening.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, which they are. Yeah.
I saw a tweet one time, and it's like, I'll never understand people's fascination with serial killers.
Yeah, and I don't understand my own fascination with them. I'm not a serial killer. I will never be a serial killer, but
it's such an anomaly that it's fascinating. Things that are like anomalies are fascinating.
Yeah, anything that's out of the norm.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why there's shows about little people and shit like that. Yeah. It's not like anything, outwardly interesting actually about being just shorter than everybody else by a lot. It's like, but it's different, so that's interesting.
Yeah, because let's not kid ourselves. The only reason why they have that show is because they're little people.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of them worked at like 7-Eleven.
Yeah, it's like they still live an average life.
It's like, what is it,
They're
like
just
Little
on a
People,
TV
Big
show.
World or some shit like that? Yeah, one of them literally like worked at 7-Eleven. It's like, yeah, that's not that interesting. But you are super small, which is pretty...
Yeah, I don't even know how that works.
I don't find it interesting,
I don't really care.
to be honest. I don't.
You're just
like,
another person.
Yeah,
like, whatever.
you're just a person who is really small.
Really small, yeah. That's fine.
Good for you. Yeah, I don't give a shit, and I don't care that you work at 9/11, and I don't want to watch your show.
You said I don't care that you work at 9/11.
You know what? You know why I thought that is because I've been the other day. I was trying to break out of my 9/11 conspiracy, and I was watching videos against 9/11 conspiracies, trying to disprove them, because for so long I've been so skeptical about 9/11, the fact that they found those paper passports, everything else burned up. Oh my god! I mean,
it is fucking weird. And there's just
jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
Yeah, and I used to think that shit too, but it does bend steel beams.
Yeah,
it got hot enough.
But controlled demolition is
there was a controlled demolition on the first level of the floor. And the other thing I just read
simultaneously.
Yeah, simultaneously.
But hey, I mean, I was trying to disprove my own shit the other. That's why I was thinking about 9/11.
I read this thing about some general
Rest in peace,
that
everybody
was
who died on 9/11.
Yeah, 9/11. Yeah.
That was very fucked up, very real, but also very fishy on like how everything played out afterwards. I mean, it's not a secret that Bush used that to send us into the war. Like, that's not a secret at all.
No, and that's one of the...
That's in the 2000s new series. Speaking of Netflix, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, I need to watch
really
that
fucking
thing,
good. Really good.
But that's... And that's... It's weird. Last night I just looked at, and I don't know why, it was because I was watching the Michael Cohen stuff. Like him testifying, whatever. I don't know how we got on this tangent anyway, but it's alright.
Doesn't matter.
So I was looking up, and I looked through a bunch of different articles of this, ranking presidents from worst to best. And the main critique that they have about Bush is that he just stood by during the economic crisis. He didn't really do anything to fix it, and that he took us into Iraq and Afghanistan when no one really wanted it. It was all for money to gain oil, like territories. Like, that's what it was.
Watch that 2000s doc. It's fucking insane.
Oh yeah, I need to watch
It's insane. Because they deep dive into that, and about how the United States and Bush and his administration specifically was stressing that they had weapons of mass destruction in Iraq.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
There was just no weapons of mass destruction.
Right.
And they used that term over and over and over and over and over to justify what they were doing. And they were bombing cities where there were innocent civilians. Hundreds and thousands of innocent civilians.
Yeah.
And there would be a little hub of Al-Qaeda or whatever. But Iraq was not necessary.
Well, the thing, didn't we originally invade Afghanistan?
Yes.
Before Iraq, right?
Yes. And then he convinced us, after Afghanistan, I think, don't quote me on this either, but I'm pretty sure everything in Afghanistan was done within like 14 days. Like 14 days.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
And then it was just Iraq,
quickly.
Iran.
And then he was like basically using our stronghold to somehow push into Iraq.
But what? I'm pretty sure everything that you just said is true.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think Afghanistan did anything. It was like a Saudi Arabian prince that told the president of Iraq at the time to bomb the United States, and it had nothing to do with Afghanistan.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think they thought Saddam Hussein was in Afghanistan.
Okay, so that's the reason why they would go there.
Yes.
Yeah, but
they were convinced that he orchestrated the attack of 9/11.
Right. Which they probably he probably. I mean, maybe he did. They probably found used him as a scapegoat.
They claimed it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whether that means they did or not, they said we're the ones who did it. Fuck you, America. Okay. You said you did it, so it's like, yeah, you probably did, but also they say that terrorist groups like that always take claim of attacks that they didn't even do because it makes them look stronger.
Yeah, that's true. So who knows? I mean, and I think that I don't know. I don't think George Bush is a bad dude. I just don't think he was.
I think George Bush is funny.
Yeah, I think he's funny, and I don't think he fully was given the knowledge or understood what was going on.
I think what you say, it's a great point. I don't think he understood what was going on or, the magnitude of everything.
Yeah.
Because the video of him getting the news that the towers had been hit is, it's comical how weird his reaction is.
Yeah.
It's so, he's, trying to process it, but he's also I'm just going to stay here in this kindergarten chair and read this book and just be like, you said 2 towers hit the two planes hit the Twin Towers, and now one hit the Pentagon. Oh, wait, one went down in Pennsylvania, too. Okay, well, the Itsy Bitsy Spider went, what the fuck?
You ever seen that picture of him?
He didn't know. He didn't understand.
He's on one of those big ships, an aircraft carrier.
Okay.
And he's standing there giving a speech to soldiers, and it just says victory on the banner behind him, and the date on the picture is 2002. They went to Afghanistan and Iraq, and then within 60 days they were all right, we're done. We don't need to be here anymore. And then it dragged out for however many more years.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of him on an aircraft carrier. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, and it says victory behind him, and it's 2002, and the war goes on for 10 more years or whatever.
It said victory behind him.
It said some shit like that. Bro, give me this. Mission accomplished. Even worse.
Oh my god.
Even worse. It says mission accomplished.
Yeah, that's in the 2000s mini doc.
Yep.
That's in the 2000s. You gotta watch it.
Yep.
That's what the third episode is called Mission Accomplished. The third episode is called Mission Accomplished. I swear to God. The third episode is called Mission Accomplished. Wow. Maybe that's what we should name the first episode. That's what we should name this episode.
Episode 1 is Mission Accomplished. Wow.
Because not only did we get the Mission Accomplished of finally doing our first episode of the podcast, but Bush got his mission accomplished as well. Oh my God. I feel like that's the name. I feel like that's the name of this episode is Mission Accomplished.
I agree.
And then hopefully by next episode we have a name. Well, no, I'm sure we will because we're gonna have a name before we put this out.
Yeah, we're creative enough to come up with one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was May 1st, 2003. So, when did the war end?
I don't know.
Is there even a date?
Yeah, is it even over? That's the real question.
Do you even know?
We need the real answers.
December 18th, 2011. So it went on for 8 more years.
Mission accomplished, baby.
From March 20th, 2003. So when was it? What was the date I just gave you for the mission accomplished?
2003.
May 1st, 2003. So it was how many days? From March 20th to May 1st. That was when he declared mission accomplished.
40 days, what you think of that?
Oh my God, dude.
It's crazy.
It went on for 8 more years. Woo!
Wow. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for us.
Yeah, I think it does.
I think mission accomplished pretty much wraps it up.
I agree. I mean, where do you go from there? You don't. There's nothing
just
else that
like
needs
Bush
to be covered.
had nowhere to go from there.
Yeah.
Neither do we.
And we'll see where we're at 8 years down the road from now.
Yep. And we'll see where we're at a week from now with episode 2.
That's right.
So tune back in.
Yeah. We'll see
All
you.
right. Peace.